So you may be wondering, what is the task engine? Well, in a nutshell, the task engine is where your persona can take over a web browser and try to complete a task on your behalf. We can enter anything we can imagine here, from finding us our next Airbnb for our upcoming trip, to going through our email and sorting through some particular task. Or maybe I wanted to go on my LinkedIn and go to all my unread messages and have back and forth conversations to lead those recipients to a particular goal. Really, anything that involves using a browser, your persona can now do, or at least attempt to do. This feature is still in alpha, and it's not perfect, but we are always making it better. So let's dive in. Let me show you how it works. We can start by giving it a task. So, for example, find me a nice Airbnb for my trip to Paris next week. Now, this is going to start the task. There are 4 states for a task. Queued, which means that it's basically starting up. In progress, means that it's running. Need your help. This means that basically there's some sort of action from you required. Maybe it needs to ask you a question. So for example, I said, I'm going to Paris next week. Well, maybe it'll ask me, okay, what are the exact dates? So when a task is in need your help, it means that, well, you need to step in so it can continue to work. And finally, completed. So my task went to need your help. Let me open it up and see what it needs. Oh, looks like I'm out of energy and I need to upgrade. The way that the task engine works is based on energy points. So the more energy points you have, the more work it can do. Let me upgrade so that we can continue with this task. Okay, now we can see that it's running. So you can see our prompt, find me an Airbnb for my trip to Paris. And now you can see that it's starting to act. Now on the right hand of the screen, we have the browser. We can actually click the tab, in my case Airbnb on top, and we're going to see the persona actually look through and start to browse and do the work we've assigned to it. On the left hand, we see basically the chat. This is where we can see in real time the thoughts of our persona as it attempts to complete our task. And we can actually go and write messages in it to basically give it some guidance. So if we see that it's not on the right track, we can basically tell it, hey, you need to look for these dates. Or, I'm not a fan of that neighborhood. Find me something in this neighborhood. So let's watch it work. You can see right now it is typing Paris into the where field in Airbnb. And this is fully equipped with vision, thoughts, memory, and deliberation. So, for example, I can even say something like, find me an Airbnb and find me something that has beige walls. I don't want white walls, I just want beige walls. And I know it's a strange request, but that's something that this would be capable of doing because it's able to see and act and think just like a human would. Okay, so at this point, you can see it's pulled up the search for Paris and is looking through to find me some options. So I could also give it some instructions so that I can get this information. I could say, send me the top 3 places to my email address, and then I can close this and go about my day. Whenever it's done with its task, I'll get the report sent to my email. And you can see on the top here, these energy points. These are the energy points used to complete the task. That, in a nutshell, is the task engine. Once again, this is early and is rapidly being improved.